Hi. So I wanted to briefly make a video today about hardship and how we process hardship. And we all have it in our lives. It doesn't matter what it is. We all experience pain. We all experience all the range of emotions, like jealousy, grief, anger, um, all the negative, more negative emotions, we experience them. And especially if you're going through an awakening, a spiritual awakening, that increases, at least through the first processes of your awakening, it really increases because there's a lot of healing that has to come up in order for you to be a more expanded, healed, free, joyful, peaceful, harmonious person. So I wanted to talk about a little bit about this because my own story is definitely has a lot of hardship in it. And I'm not going to sit here and talk about my story for like 30 minutes. But I wanted to give an example. And this is going to be a bit of an extreme example because I did have something really bad happen to me when I was young. But it doesn't mean that you can't take this example and relegate it to your own life and however, or whatever experiences that you've had, because you have been through pain too. You can use it in your own life. So what happened to me, and many of you many of you know me, you know what happened. But for those of you who don't, and this is going to be on YouTube, so there's going to be probably many, I hope eventually there's going to be a lot of you that that don't know my story. But my mom came down with cancer when I was 12, and she was only 35. She was my age, and breast cancer. Beautiful woman, like you would never think. I mean, successful, like had 3 children. But she got cancer, and then she fought it for like 5 years on and off, and she still worked, went through a divorce, was trying to take care of us, juggle us with all our sports and all of that. She had people that helped her, but still, I mean, come on. Full-time job. I mean, she was juggling a lot. And then she had chemotherapy treatments. When she was in remission, yeah, she got a break at least from that. And that's a lot, of course, because chemotherapy and, oh my goodness, I just can't even imagine her journey. I have a lot of respect for that lady. I love her very much, and I miss her very much. But she went through a lot, and then she fought it for 5 years, and then she died. 2004. I was 17, and it was huge for all of us. I mean, not just me. I mean, my brothers were 16 and 12, so I felt responsible for them, motherly. I had that motherly feeling towards them, and so I had to kind of take over a little bit because my dad, complicated. that's for another video. But I had to help, in a lot of ways. And so that was really traumatic for me because I had to really grow very quickly, spiritually, mentally. I had to grow into a woman very quickly. I had to take on a lot more responsibility. I had to grow a lot. And it was forced upon me. And I tell this story. Oh, and then I wanted to say one other thing. That summer after she passed, it was really hard for me, as in like I had to work full time, which is fine, whatever, to help out or whatever, and to also help take care of my brothers. But also, the bigger impact, and the thing I remember most about that summer after my mom passed, she passed in May of 2004. So that whole summer, I had to get a full-time job while I was grieving. I spent a lot of alone time. I really didn't hang out with a lot of my friends. I was in that grieving process. And I just remember like this one day where I came home from work, and it wasn't a super stressful day, but I came home and I just curled into a ball on the floor and just wailed for like a long time. Like it was like, I would say nearly an hour. Like, I mean, not wailed for an hour, but wailed, and then I cried for almost an hour. And I'll never forget that. And just like, the scent of her clothes, and just everything. And I know I'm getting all sentimental here, but I'm trying to give you a picture of the pain. And we all have our versions of that with what we go through. I mean, we all have things that we go through that force us into pain, or not force us into pain, but most of us will respond with that kind of situation, or anything that's stressful or hurtful with some sort of negative or painful reaction in the body, in the mind. And so I say that because I want to kind of expand into how do you respond to that? How do you respond? Initially, yes, you grieve, or yes, you get mad, or, whatever your situation is and whatever's causing you pain. Initially, you respond with some sort of negative or emotional reaction. So you have to move through that stuff. But then do you let that integrate into a part of how you respond in the future? Do you let that become a part of who you are? Or do you let it chase? He scared the crap out of me. I'm making a video. Go. Chase, I'm making a video. Go.
I ruined it. Yes.
Do you let that become a part of who you are, to where you're negative, and you remain negative, and you become bitter, and you, so then when future things happen in your life, you continue to react that way and respond in the same patterns? Chase, I'm serious. I need you to go downstairs. Please go downstairs. This is serious. I love you. Or do you let it, or do you allow yourself to feel the pain, to really dive deep into it and feel it and move through it? And that whole summer after my mom died, I had to really feel everything. And it was torturous at times. I missed her. I was very close to my mother, and I lost her at a very young age. And then I had all the pressures of everything else. And so it was a very hard summer. I'll never forget that summer. But how are you going to, and I grieved for years after that. Of course, I'm not saying that I still cry, over losing my mom. Not a lot, but I do. But how do you respond to that? I mean, are you letting it into, like, I made a video, I think it was a couple of days ago, about how you have to experience, like, so I was talking about anxiety and depression, how you have to experience it. You have to go deep into it instead of pushing it away, acting like it's not there, repressing it. That's all stuff that it's going to damage you longer. It's going to be more damaging than healing. It's not going to heal anything. It's going to damage, and it's going to cause you to act out in ways in your life, with other people, with situations, with anything, any part of your life. It's going to cause you to act in ways that are not beneficial for your growth, for your healing, so that you can have peace and love and all that stuff in your life. So my point is that how do you respond? How do you respond when something arises in your life that's, I mean, for me, when I encounter a hard situation, of course the anxiety's there, and sometimes it's extreme, because I've told you guys I struggle with anxiety. But are you willing to work through that? Are you willing to be there with it, be there with it and love yourself enough to just be there with it and let it process through you instead of turning to something, turning to someone. Chase is still in the bedroom. Oh, well, he's being quiet. Are you going, how are you going to process that? And that's really important. And especially in the times that we are in, we have to learn how to process things in a healthy way so that we can, when something else, Chase, I'm serious. Stop. I'm trying to make a video. Oh my God, he's pissing me off. Yeah. So in the times that we're in, we have to learn, we have to have the coping mechanisms, the mental, the spiritual, coping mechanisms, the tools in order to process through whatever comes our way. And I feel like we are heading into some times where we're really going to need those tools. So if you need help with those tools, if you need help with learning about how to deal with life situations, with anything in your life, with emotional baggage that you've been carrying around, if you need to just talk about whatever, I mean, I'm here. And I will make sure to make, I'm available, but I'll make sure to make my email and stuff like that available for people. I want to get a website put up like ASAP, but for right now, I'm just trying to make these videos. Then I want to get on YouTube and learn how to make those more marketable to where more people can see them. And then I want to get my website put together. I want to do a blog, because I love to write. So, but I'm here. If you guys need me, I'm here. I'm always here. And I will keep posting on YouTube and on Instagram. And I want to expand out, maybe even do like LinkedIn and other platforms. So it's going to be a work in progress. But for right now, I just wanted to get that message out there. I feel like this was a really important topic to talk about, especially because, like I said, we are in very uncertain times, and it might not, probably will not, get any easier. We are living in hard times, at least right now. So we need the tools. We need those tools to get us through, the coping mechanisms that are that come from a healthy, healing place. And I'm not saying that I still have, bad habits. I still, I still have ways in which I have to heal a lot. Actually, if we're being honest, like I still have a long ways to go, but I'm putting myself out there because I do in some way know how to help. And any way that I can help people, especially if you're in a dark place and you just need someone to talk to. I mean, I would rather you reach out to me than stay in that dark place and like keep that bottled up. I mean, that's not, it's just not healthy, or no one wants to feel like that. No one wants to feel alone. So anyway, I hope that message came across right. And I hope that you felt my sincerity in that. Like, I mean, I know what it's like to suffer. I know what it's like to be in pain. And so I want to help in any way that I can with anybody that wants to reach out to me and, share your story or share whatever you want. You don't have to share your whole story. You can just share something that you're struggling with, or a challenge that you're battling with. And of course, discretion. I mean, as a coach, nothing will ever be said. I mean, I'm very private with that stuff, and you can feel safe with me. I am a space for you to talk. So anyway, I will make sure to leave some kind of contact information so that you can, I've got to get my son to soccer practice here shortly. Hope y'all are having a good day. I'll see you soon.